In the third film, for the first time, we really meet the Gondorians, which is more of a classic military kind of society with a very old culture that is almost modeled after Greece, Rome, sort of empires. And Minas Tirith is their fortress.
Minas Tirith is the ancient city of the kings, the centre of the Gondor lands.
Osgiliath used to be the capital, but now Minas Tirith is the capital. And it effectively just shields the inhabitants there from the shadow of Mordor, which is just over the way.
Minas Tirith is a 7-tiered city, and each ring of the 7 levels is separated from the rest by a gate.
It's ancient, tremendously ancient. It's a white city. It's a city carved out of marble. It glows in the sunlight.
It doesn't look like it's been built. It looks like it's been hewn from the rock. It's part of the mountain, you know.
And Minas Tirith was an architectural structure that Tolkien chose to describe through his writings, but also illustrate to a high degree.
It's based on a kind of eclectic mix of Romanesque architecture and Roman architecture, and yet there's no particular exact style. It's just a very interesting blend, and deliberately so, because after all, this is the world of men.
There was a huge set built for Minas Tirith, which was built in a quarry here in Wellington.
In the same place that they had Helm's Deep, actually. So once they'd finished filming Helm's Deep, they tore all that down, and they built Minas Tirith.
One of them can be our horse person, if it's Jed or who it was going to be, and steps forward and just takes the horse here.
I think with Minas Tirith, Peter had so much he wanted to do. He wanted Faramir's 100 men marching down the streets on their way to certain death, you know, and Gandalf gallops through the streets with Pippin on his saddle. So, you know, a horse galloping through streets, you need some scale, you need some length to it.
When you consider that Minas Tirith is 700 feet to the topmost layer, 1,000 feet to the top of the tower, this required a mighty miniature.
There's 2 miniatures actually of Minas Tirith. There's a full-size model of the city, which is in 72nd scale, very, very small. That's for our master shots. And then we have large sections of it in 14th scale, which is useful for close-ups. And then we stitch those 2 scales together. There are more shots of Minas Tirith than of any other single set in the whole movie.
But like so many great communities, this Númenórean race that's gone on for thousands of years has become complacent, and the city, to a certain degree, is beginning to fall into ruin, ill-prepared for the moves of the evil forces in these lands.
We come to it at last. The great battle of our time.